Hey guys, you are listening to We Got Something to Say. I'm your co-host Jay.
This is Jameson.
And this is Poppy. And guess what?
We
got something to say.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family around the world. Thank you for tuning in to another taping of We Got Something to Say. What do we have to say today? We're talking about the friendly skies, and it wasn't so friendly. We're going to let y'all watch this tape right here, and then we're going to come back.
Between passengers, she says, turned into an assault. One passenger trying to sleep, saying other passengers were being too loud, and he was beaten, blood splattering all over. She says passengers were urging Spirit employees to help.
Everyone was like, why aren't you doing anything? And they're like, we don't get paid enough to deal with this.
The pilots making an emergency landing in Des Moines, Iowa for 2 hours. She says the culprits changed out of their bloody clothes when they landed.
They went and changed their clothes, first of all. Before even the marshals came on, they hurry up, ran out to the bathroom and changed their clothes because they had blood all over their clothes. Probably because they didn't want to be recognized.
She says passengers were shocked that the people involved were allowed to come back onto the flight. Local police say they didn't have jurisdiction to arrest anyone. The flight was so packed after she says Spirit told her that they would distance passengers due to coronavirus concern.
They didn't even clean the blood. We sat on the plane with no air, everyone just baking and sucking in everyone's coronavirus.
Can y'all tell us what's happening on Spirit Airlines? We don't know what's happening on Spirit Airlines. Wow. So an argument turned into an assault. From what we hear, the man just said he was trying to sleep. Next thing you know, he's being beaten down. Yeah, they asked him to help, and one of the stewardess said, well, we don't get paid enough for that. They wound up landing in Iowa, emergency landing, and then the actual the culprits, I don't want to say assailants because they ain't go nowhere. They had to come back on the plane. They come back on the plane, they changed their clothes, she said, and they put them back on the plane. And supposedly the law enforcement in Iowa said they had no jurisdiction to lock anybody up. They couldn't lock anybody up. So they got to get back on the plane with the same people. Can you imagine get back on the same plane with somebody that just finished beating you up? And now you got to stay on that plane for however long until we get to the destination, and then they were told there was going to, Detroit. They was told it was going to be social distancing on the plane to begin with. But the part that was the most, I can't say hilarious because the situation wasn't funny. It was the way it was being depicted in the conversation. The stewardess said everyone was just baking and sucking up everyone's coronavirus. That was the end, right? I'm glad they ended it because I couldn't take any more at that point. Jay, what are you thinking with this one? Because you travel a lot.
Listen, and I have traveled a lot. I love to travel. I hope to travel again very soon. But I'll tell you one thing. Spirit is not worth it for me. It is off my list. And I'm so sorry, but discount is not worth what you have to deal with. There's a low budget, low risk type of just feel that comes with Spirit, and it's people traveling with their animals, not in cages. I mean, and then there's the human animals that you have to deal with. Evidently, I mean, how do you get on a flight and people are fighting like alley cats, blood spurting all over the place? It's like I didn't know I was getting a flight and a show for my little $5. And now I got a side of Corona, too. Like,
man.
I'm good on that. Like, I am good. For me, a Spirit gets the full dog of the day. Spirit Airlines gets the full dog of the day. Because
full dog
it's a lot
award.
of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
They fighting like alley cats, but they're getting the full dog award of the day.
Because your girlfriend said they don't get paid for all of that. And I'm like, at these prices, I believe her. But it gets to a point where you, like, you know, not to get too philosophical, but you think to yourself, like, okay, I got a discount, but what did I really get? Like I said, you got a discount with a side of Corona.
You got the ride of your life.
So let me
riding on the wing of the plane, like, come on. It don't make sense.
She did, no, and it's a shame that somebody got hurt, but she did say they didn't clean up the blood. Like, y'all not going to even come on the flight to to just spruce it up a little bit, y'all still in the same company. It's the airline company. Like, it was just no holds. Like, well, they ain't my problem. Get them to Detroit. I've never seen
a little bit of lights on. It'll be all right.
Has anybody ever flew Spirit? That's my question.
I have. I flew Spirit to Art Basel, 2018, December 2018, and a man was on the flight with his dog, who was allegedly his comfort animal, but his dog was not in the carrier. Like, his dog could be just on his lap. And I was just like, what on earth? And then, so I had that going, diagonally from me. I had the lady next to me who claimed she was allergic to dogs, and she felt like there was already dog hairs in the air. There was a lady diagonally behind me who was snoring like a freight train. Like, it was just so much going on. And the flight attendants had that same attitude, like, that's on you. And I was just like, never again. Like, this was not worth the discount. I will easily do JetBlue, which is, affordable. Yeah. It's not $1 though. Like, if you can fly Spirit for $9, you know what I'm saying? And for $9, if they say you get what you pay for, you get nothing. You get what you think you're gonna get. $9, like, you get the bare minimum, not even. Get your knees crunched up to your chest. You get all kinds of characters.
So you had an experience with Spirit. I will say that I actually flew Spirit once, but I think that what happened is, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was an event. I don't know if it was Essence or a football game, but because they had overbooked the flight, I don't know how they did it, but they offered us, seats on another airline. It was Spirit. And I remember just going down there, and it was the air. The air was so ghetto and raggedy. Like, from walking up to just walking up, it was like she was trying to get me to pay for all of the luggage bags. She was trying to check my soda. It was a lot going on that I didn't understand that was going on Spirit. And then, like you said, they were like everything was a la carte. It was like, you want to breathe on the flight? Okay, that's gonna be $25 more. I'm like, what? Like, what is going on in this place? So I was having to get on and to get off, and I will tell you that the seats were small, and it also seemed like the compartments where you would put your luggage were smaller. So I was trying to figure out, like, do they have like the kind of like value planes, like you would get a value meal at Wendy's? I wasn't understanding what was really going on. That was my one experience with Spirit, and I said the same thing. I said, I can't do Spirit no more. Poppy, have you ever did Spirit?
Yes, I have. The first time I flew Spirit, this lady faked a heart attack because she didn't want to sit next to nobody, and she fell over into the aisle. The stewardess walked right past her, bumped into her, pushed her up, and kept moving. And I literally fell out laughing. I couldn't deal. And then the lady started shaking. She was like, I didn't take my pills. They asked for nurses on board. You had 3 or 4 nurses run up, try and help her. Once the lady got 2 seats to herself and she was able to lay down, she was knocked out for the rest of the flight. The lady walked off the plane fine. I said,
wow.
Yeah, she pulled the card. She sure did, but yeah. And then after that, I flew a couple of times, and both times after that, I had a great experience. So
we got a couple great experiences out of Spirit. See, it's a crapshoot. Listen,
no. These people on here fighting like they hamsters, and there's blood flying all over the place. Like the lady said, they don't get paid enough for that. I mean, you would think it was a wrestling match in the sky. I just cannot do this. McDonald's of airlines, that's crazy. But come on, Detroit, y'all gotta do better.
Wow.
I mean, the dude was trying to sleep. And then they landed somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Then they changed clothes. Yo, that's too much. That's
so many levels.
It's nothing wrong with a little budget, but, why can't even be civilized in the air? You're not even on your own 2 feet. You don't know what could happen. And you're behaving like that in the air. I mean,
but why does budget equate to loss of life? Like, you're playing with your life right now.
See, this would have sound like happened. It sounds like the man who was on there that was saying, it was just a little loud. I'm trying to sleep. He was one of us who don't normally do budget. So he get on budget not really knowing the rules. And somebody like, what? You complaining about being sleepy?
Oh, my God. I'm upset, and it's upsetting me and my homegirl that these people are on this flight beating each other up over this man trying to get some sleep. Like, we got to do right by each other. If you can't take Spirit Airlines, who the hell can you fly?
On that Bella No Shade note, we're going to say, listen, have a safe evening, a safe afternoon, a safe morning, and be safe in the air. We got something to say. Until next time.